I'm back, witches. Took some time to rest. Now it's game time. Yeah, I'm back. Welcome to another Track Talk Thursday. Rayon Lawrence here with East Coast Athletics. And I know you guys saw the title of the live stream. But before we even get to that, wanted to talk about the two Diamond Leagues that we previously had, which is the Prefontaine Classic as well as the Lausanne Diamond League that took place today. Pretty good performances. We saw some really good sprinting from the Jamaican females, as well as spectacular times in the 200 from Noah Lyles, 20.52. I don't think I saw a 400 run at Prefontaine Classic, but Mohammed was pretty good in the 400 meter hurdles at Prefontaine. She wasn't able, to set any records or break any world records, but it was a pretty solid performance. Seeing that she's, coming off of the Olympic Games. No Sydney McLaughlin. Who else was missing? Oh, Degrassi won the 100. And some of this stuff I already know. You guys already know, because you guys are real track and field fans, so more than likely you guys are going to be following the Diamond League meets as well, so you guys are more than likely up to date on these meets and events. What's up, Travis? Chilling. Hey, Shan. What I wanted to ask you guys though, did you guys see that race today? Maybe you guys heard about it. Maybe you guys have seen a few clips, the times here and there of that 100 meter today. And I'm going to talk about that. Why are you upset, Travis? Because let me just give it away. Shelly Ann beat Elaine. That's why you're upset? But I want to talk about that specific race a little bit. And this is the reason why I want to talk about it. During the Olympic Games, I specifically stated that the reason why Shelly Ann lost at the Olympic Games was because she didn't execute the race properly, right? We got to another meet. No. Don't jump the gun. Don't jump the gun, Travis. Don't jump the gun. Let me go through and explain what I'm saying. So, at the Olympics, she did get a good start, a way better start than Elaine, but she didn't transition through the different phases of her race properly. She popped up out of her dry phase, right? So she didn't get to accelerate properly to get into her running. So that took away from the back end of her race, which is the last 30, 40 meters. So she didn't get to build up enough to have a better top end. And that's the reason why she lost at the Olympics. However, she came back and tried to make corrections to that execution at Prefontaine Classic. It was a little better, but it wasn't what you could tell by the looks on her face. It wasn't what she really wanted. However, today, even on the start line, you could tell that her focus was completely different from the Olympics and was completely different from Prefontaine Classic. I watched the race today like 3 times. She kept her head down and drive like for the first 40 meter, and she transitioned slowly. That transition was not rushed. She didn't rush into her running. She timed it perfectly and slowly got out of her drive phase into her running. And that speed was able to take her all the way to the line. Even though Elaine Thompson did the same thing, right? And had Elaine, to me, Elaine has more range. And when I say more range, I mean stride length. So therefore, when she get out her drive phase, her top end is normally higher, right? So even though she had a higher top end, because she didn't get that bullet start that we know Shelly Ann Fraser for, she wasn't able to catch her. She was closing in fast, but hey, we already know it's just 100 meters. So that's all it is. It's not a 200. So you ain't catch her for the first 100. It's done. And the time reflected a perfect execution from Shelly Ann, which was 10:60, right? And I think that's her PR, because I think she ran 10:61 before that. So once again, Jamaica has two of the fastest women to ever graze the face of the earth, right? And the Olympic 1, 2, 3 played out again in Oregon, and then it came back again and played out here in Lausanne, in the Lausanne Diamond League meet, which goes to show that it wasn't a fluke. I hope everybody who was saying, oh, Talou, oh, she ran 10:63, so this is a PR for her, right? So everybody who was saying, this 1, 2, 3 was a fluke, this person and that person is gonna run fast, da 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 da. I'm yet to see it. It's been 3 meets, right? And it's still been the 3 females that finished 1, 2, 3 at the Olympics. 3 Jamaicans sweeping all the meets. And there will be another I don't know if I missed it. I'm mixing up the names of the meet that is gonna be the next Diamond League and saying this one is Lausanne Wallace, the next one coming. I'm not 100% sure, but there's 2 more meet. I think the last one is gonna be Zurich, right? So we're gonna see how things are gonna play out. Oh, thank you, Travis. So I'm actually right. So the meet that was today was Lausanne. So Paris is next Saturday. I mean, it's Saturday. Hold up. You said Paris is Saturday? Oh, yeah. So that's 2 days from now. And then after that is Zurich. So we got 2 more meets. And we're going to see, how things play out. Because I really think that if these 2 females get things right, they could really, move that world record. Either one of the 2. But the competition, you said we got Brussels before Lausanne, Kimani? Okay, I'm definitely gonna have to check the schedule, because I guess, because your boy been out sick, didn't really get the time to, do, all the necessary research, but I'll definitely check it to make sure. But everybody might be wondering, hey, why are you not talking about what happened at Prefontaine? Well, if you're wondering, you should already figure it out. That's pretty much how I start the live stream. I'm back. It's game time. See, there's so much that went wrong at that meet. I don't even know where to start. Maybe you guys could help me with that. But we're gonna talk about, as I would call it, the elephant in the room, which is this young American sprinter, Sha'Carri Richardson. She is, how do I explain it? She's a handful in a sense. Um, I really think that she lacks the understanding and the humility that comes with being a professional athlete. Um, there is there's nothing professional about her, to be honest, to be quite frank, right? Nothing professional about her. I watched the press conference for the Prefontaine Classic because of all the talking that she was doing before the meet. You know, she's back, she was just resting, da 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 da. More than likely, even if there wasn't going to be a press conference, evidently the meet promoters would have to put, something together, even though I think they always do that anyways. But in that press conference, everybody was being respectful of each other except for her, and that's my opinion at the end of the day. So if somebody else might think, somebody else think, I'm not being realistic, or she didn't display whatever attitude or whatever I might think, I mean, you're free to share. But personally, I think that, she she's not respectful of her elders, and that's one of the reasons why she got whooped. Because for starters, she said that she wasn't starstruck. There's no reason for you to say you're not starstruck, right? Because at the end of the day, nobody is claiming to be a star or identifying the other athletes as a star. Clearly, you just identified them as a star because you're saying that you're not starstruck. You can't be starstruck, or you can't think of it that way unless the people that you're talking about are considered as stars, right? So in that sense, I felt like that was like total unnecessary. And there's this saying in track and field: you have to respect your opponents. Clearly, she don't respect her opponents. She think that she's above them and she's way better than them. And she's really not, right? Humility is something that she don't really possess. That's, that's not a part of her. And then she's gonna say, she's tired of talking, she's ready to race. When people talk like that, you expect action, you expect them to deliver, right? Yes, a lot of her supporters are gonna say that she wasn't racing for a whole month. She was just training. Yes, she might not be race sharp, but that's what time trials are for. And you have a big race coming up and you talking all this trash, you should be ready. You should, your coach should have you running time trials after time trials to get yourself ready to stay sharp, because the people you're going up against, it's not a walk in the park. These are the top 3 females, not even the top 3, but the top 8 females in the world, or top 7, right? So you should be doing what is necessary to be ready to be sharp on the day. No excuses. Once you come to the line to race, there should be no excuses. You should be prepared to compete. And if you're not prepared to compete, don't come to the line. And that's how I look at it. Right? I feel like she's just, social media has a lot to do with it as well. I feel like she has been placed on this pedestal, because of the whole situation with her. And everybody think that, well, not everybody, but a lot of people think she was supposed to compete at the Olympics, I mean, as I said before in a couple of my live streams, you do the crime, you pay the time. Right? So what she needed to do was just to go back to the drawing board and, start over without, saying all these negative stuff. And being disrespectful to her opponents. And that's how I feel. Because even after she lost, she didn't even, I don't even know how to explain it. Because I don't classify that as losing. Losing would be finishing in the top 5. She didn't even do that. Wasn't first, second, third, fourth, or fifth. She was all the way in the back. Like, back there. Like, way back. At one point, I didn't even remember that she was in the race. But when the race was finished, I was like, hold up. The commentator is talking about Sha'Carri Richardson, when in fact he should be talking about the 10:54 that Elaine ran. And right at that moment, I realized, like, social media tend to gravitate towards certain type of headlines or certain type of news, which is the fact that she finished last in the race compared to Elaine running 10:54, which is the closest anyone has ever gone or gotten to the world record in the 100 meter for females. It's like nobody realized that. Everybody kept talking about Sha'Carri Richardson and her last place finish, which was insignificant at this point in time. Because I really felt like everybody knew she wasn't going to do anything. It was just, in Jamaica, back in Jamaica, they call it supplegen. They boost you up. That's all she was. Everybody boosted her up, and she felt like she was going to do, something spectacular. When, in all honesty, she wasn't. She haven't raced anyone, right, close to her talent, running similar time. She has never run against anyone running 10:7, 10:80, 10:6. She keeps running with college athletes, because a lot of the athletes that compete at the US Championship are college athletes. So she's going to be able to beat up on them. But when you put her up or stack her up against the Jamaicans that are consistently running, it don't matter if she hasn't raced in 9 weeks. Racing is not the only thing that could get you ready for competition. I said it earlier, time trials. your coach, it's your coach responsibility to get you or keep you sharp. You have athletes that come out and the first meet they run just like that. They run something spectacular, a really fast time. So you're trying to tell me that in the case of Wahum, he ran the first 400-meter hurdles he ran a world record. You're trying to tell me that he was race ready or he was race sharp? No, he wasn't. But his training, his practice prepared him to run that time. So that's BS saying that she hasn't raced in 9 weeks, 8 weeks, however amount of time that she hasn't raced in. Right? To me, that's BS. She knew she had these races coming up. She's a professional athlete. She's not a college athlete. She should be ready. She shouldn't be finding excuses. She is representing a brand. She has a shoe contract. She not just running just to run. It's the truth. You say including Otto. Otto did say that for real. She should be ready. Your coach is supposed to get you ready. Right? Your coach knows, okay, you missed the Olympics. You have these meets coming up. So we got to keep you sharp. We got to mold the workout around keeping you sharp. That's what I'm saying. No excuses. All she's doing, well, not her specifically, the people in her corner is just finding excuses for her. And in my opinion, there is no excuse. Just like there was this picture that I saw on social media with a barrel with her in it. She's in the barrel and she's screaming and making a whole bunch of noise. I'm almost certain you guys understand what that means. Empty barrel make the most noise, and she's an empty barrel. In the interview after the race, she was literally cussing on TV. I wasn't even paying attention to everything that she was saying. I missed it. I had to go back and watch the interview again to pick up on everything she was saying. But it was just so unorthodox and out of context that I was thinking why is the reporter interviewing her anyway? She didn't win the race. Why is she being interviewed? I didn't see them interview any one of the Jamaicans, but they interviewed her and she finished last. How does that make sense? I don't understand that. You finish last, but at the same time you get the most recognition out of everybody else. It doesn't add up. So that's why I say the whole media and social media is hyping her up. That is the reason why she is, well, not the only reason, but it's a part of the reason why I think that she's acting the way she's acting, because social media pumped her up. She has been on this news station, that news station, so she really feel like she's there. She said it in the interview. I'm the 6th fastest woman to ever run in this sport. So da. So she feel like she reach. That's what they would say. You think you reach. Yeah, that's what she thinks right now. But what we really should be talking about as it relates to that race is that 1054. 1054. Only one other person has ran that time or faster than that time or anything. I'm not going to say anything close, but faster than that time. And that's the world record holder. Right? And I think all things being equal, good conditions, you know, legal win, legal positive win, I feel like Elaine and Shelly-Ann have a really good shot at that world record. I really think they do. Travis, what do you think? Because 1054 is really fast. I'm almost certain she could beat a lot of guys. She could definitely beat me. She could definitely beat me. But she got a I think they really got a good shot at, you know, getting that record. Maybe if they run at altitude, less resistance. I mean, it's not a 400 or 800 or something like that where, you know, they need a whole bunch of oxygen. They just need less resistance, and altitude, you know, would be a good place to try to do that. You know, good nice warm weather. I think they could definitely get it. One of the two. Like, to me, in my opinion, it doesn't even though Shelly-Ann is my favorite, it doesn't matter to me which one of them get the record, because at the end of the day, it's, you know, it's gonna be considered a Jamaican world record, so it don't even matter to me who really breaks the record. But this brings me to my main topic. Why? You say you want Elaine to get it? It doesn't matter to me who get it, for real. But it brings me to my main topic, my main question. Why are the Jamaicans dominating female sprinting? Why have they been dominating female sprinting for the past 12 years? What is it that they're doing that is so special that the Americans, the Britons, the Canadians and the Great Britain athletes, you know, are not getting or not seeing or not capitalizing on? What is it? What is so special that they're doing? What is so different that they're doing? Knowing, hold up, also factoring in the fact that all these other countries have a lot more resources and technology compared to Jamaica. What is it that is making the Jamaicans run so fast? Travis? What do you think? I mean, I have my thoughts and my opinions, in which I think some of it is factual, but I really wanted to hear what you guys, you know, think about that. Travis, you're moving too slow. But anyways, one of the main thing is the coaching. I think that when it comes to coaching, Jamaica has some of the best coaches in the world. And if we're to be honest, I would say that Jamaica has the best female sprint coach in the world. And I'm not saying that based on I'm saying that based on consistency, because the same coach has consistently produced sprinters that are either winning or making the podium in the World Championship and Olympics. Consistently for the, I'm gonna say, for the past 12 years. So that alone speaks volume. Because uh, that is, it's 50-50. Yes, I think all the athletes have to work, but I think that the method of training is different, because you can't, I'm trying to find the perfect explanation, but I really think the method of training plays a big role, because the way Jamaicans train or practice is completely different, not completely, but somewhat different from how Americans and other countries train or practice. We got the weather, or Jamaica got the weather all year round, summer weather, pretty much. So that they do have that to their advantage. But that's also here in the US too. You could, if you're a professional athlete, you could move to Florida, set up camp there and train, right? And you still have all the other resources that they don't have. The gym equipments that are here are not there. And that's factual. I know that for a fact. But see, the one of the things that I notice, and this is something that I've seen firsthand, they always say if something is not broken, don't fix it. As a coach, you have to know when to add things instead of substituting things, right? And a lot of the coaches here, because of new technology and new development and new studies, they tend to shy away from stuff that used to work and are focusing on other things that are said to work better, right? Based on my knowledge and my experience, I don't think Jamaican coaches do that. I think they add to what they're already doing. I think the Jamaican coaches add to what they're already doing, so they don't drop their fundamentals or the foundation things that they have been doing, that have been working for their athletes throughout the years. They build on it. They add new things based on research and new technology to their training setup or to their training routine to make it better, instead of substituting things like a lot of the coaches do here. Because I've seen coaches here say that you don't need to do certain exercises in the weight room. You don't need to do certain type of squats. You don't need to do power cleans. You don't need to do those type of exercises. You could substitute those for maybe exercises with the rubber. No, we didn't go too hard on her. I cut her some slack, to be honest. So don't even go there, because I could have went way harder, because she did way too much that I could definitely talk about. But and that's the thing, y'all. I don't know why y'all feeling sorry for her when she put herself in that predicament. Don't start me back up. She put herself in that predicament. Nobody asked her to make a video and put it on Facebook, right? Or put it on YouTube or wherever she put her videos. But before I even get back to what I was talking about, Travis, I'm gonna put this out there. When she posted that video on Facebook, Elaine Thompson, what Elaine did was reposted it on her story. And when she did that, in my head, I'm like, yo, they're gonna demolish her. That's what I said to myself. I was like, yo, she stand no chance, because that means all the Jamaicans are seeing it, the athletes are seeing it, and the fans are seeing it. He said they feel like, well, sad to say, that's not gonna be the case, because I was here sitting down and I was listening to this interview that Shelly Ann was doing, and she was talking about her preparation as an athlete, how she had to wake up every single morning at 4 a.m. to get ready for practice. Sha'Carri not doing that. She not doing that. It's nothing about being super competitive. If you're talking about being competitive, you talk about Justin Gatlin. Not every, my grandmother always say she have this weird saying that what is joke to you is dead to somebody else. Which means, it simply means you might see something as a joke, but other people take it very seriously. Right? And again, the preparation that the Jamaicans put in or go through, Sha'Carri not doing that. She not doing that. She not getting up at 4 in the morning to go to no practice. And I don't care what nobody say. I have to see that to believe that. Yeah, but this is the thing. Being a good competitor means you can't be a sore loser. And that's what she is. She's a sore loser. So what if they call her that? I didn't call her that. But at the end of the day, she gave them a reason to call her that. Nobody told her to do that, to do what she did. She made that decision. That's something that she got to live with. You know you're a professional athlete. There are things that you should and shouldn't do. And that's one of them that you shouldn't. So therefore, you live with the consequences. But nah, don't defend her like that. Cause we don't know what half of these athletes are going through. And I'm gonna use a perfect example. Yes, they didn't die, but when what's the Bahamian that won the 400? I don't know why the names are not clicking for me right now when I watched him race today. Um oh, why his name not clicking? When Steve Gardner family was pretty much stuck, have him having to deal with them not having a home, nowhere to live, nowhere to go because of the whole hurricane situation. He was taking it real hard. Did he deal with any of his competitors in a harsh manner, or did he show it in any way? No, he did not. It's called humility. He is humble. The Jamaicans are humble. They know the work that they put in order to get to where they're at. But Sha'Carri feels like she's entitled, as somebody said earlier in the comments. She feel like she deserved to be there. You don't deserve to be anywhere. Whatever you get, wherever you're at is what you work for. If you work really hard, you're gonna get to the top. But if you're not working as hard and you talking a little bit too much, it's gonna look bad on you when you lose. If she wasn't talking so much and then she lost, everybody would be like, okay, it's not her day. We're not talking about all Americans. We're talking about her. Y'all brought it back up. Talking about her. She's the one that is acting that way, not everybody else. And then on top of that, like the fact that you brought it back up, she hasn't done Atkinson. She hasn't done anything to feel entitled. I get the point that you're trying to make, but because everybody keeps saying that she's the fastest American, she's the next big thing, that is the reason why she feels the way she feels. Right? I think that's that is on her. And even this goes to show how immature she is. Alyssa Felix was defending her pretty much, saying that she thinks that she's doing, good for the sport. She's good for the sport, and she's doing, a lot for the sport, bringing attention to the sport. And she pretty much lashed out at Allison, saying she didn't mean it. So how does that make sense? And to me, Allison is one of the greatest American sprinters ever. But grandma always say, you lay your bed hard. You spread your bed hard, you laying it hard. So she's just gonna have to deal with it. But she made the work I've done speak for me. Yeah, that's how bag more chat. Yeah, just all she do is just yap, 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 talk, talk, talk. But see, the Jamaicans put in the work and they come out there and display it on the track. They got the experience. And that's, I think she thinks winning is just winning or dominating just comes easy. It takes time, it takes work. You got to mold your craft, right? You got to wake up in the morning and get them ab session in, or get your workout in the morning. Exactly, Travis. she should definitely feel bad because you let a lady that won Olympic gold twice, I think like triple world champion gold medalist, when they have a baby, came back and kick your butt. Tough on you. And you still talking smack. And on top of that, when she was being interviewed, this was the funny part, Travis. When she was being interviewed, Shelly and Elaine and Sharika walked past and they were looking straight in the camera, looking at her and just laughing. That was so funny to me. I know in their head they were like, yeah, empty barrel. She make a lot of noise. It's not being petty. It's not being petty. It's what she worked for. That's what she got. She in the interview she said in the press conference she say I don't want to talk anymore. I just want to race. No, she said she wanted to race. The girls, the whole field turned out to race. It so happened that she was in the back. That's all it was. Right? So, I mean, as I said, it is what it is. I think she when after 40 meters into that race, she realized, oh, I don't stand a chance. So it's like there's no more, keeping my foot on the gas. Might as well just relax. Yeah, I mean, they put in the work. That's all. That's the only thing I could stress. They put in the work because there's no way they could be running the way they're running consistently if they didn't put the work in. And this is what I heard. I'm not sure. They invited her for like a stay or something in Jamaica, and her response was, "Been there, done that." I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. That's what I heard. That's what I heard. But yeah, back to what I was saying. The coaching is is a very crucial part. So why did NBC interviewed the last place winner and not the first, second, and third? I said that. Atkinson. I was wondering the same thing. Why did they interview her and not everybody else? The whole attention, the person who got the most attention wasn't the person who deserved the most attention. The winner was supposed to get the attention. Travis funny. I mean, she just gotta learn to be humble. That is what's gonna make the difference. Just like with Gatlin, Gatlin is a performer. When he get to that finals, he's gonna put up a fight every single time. But of all the times that he has raced Bolt, every time that he talk, he never beats Bolt. Never. The one time, he was quiet. He didn't. There was no trash talking throughout the whole season. Not once. Not even one time from him. And he beat Bolt that season. Cause he was humble. He was quiet. He wasn't talking no trash. I bet you if he had said anything out his mouth, he would have lost. Cause Bolt would have made sure he don't win. Cause a lot of athletes, for them, that's fuel. I mean, mind you, I'm gonna give this to her. She has talent. She has talent. So if I don't agree with anything else about her, I agree with that. She has talent. But talent without the right attitude is going nowhere. Hey, maybe she need a Jamaican coach. You know, maybe because based on my opinion, that's a part of the reason why the Jamaicans are running so fast. Coaching. Not to mention the food. Hey, I bet you Shelly Ann didn't eat no McDonald's before a race or no Burger King or no, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, they eat good. They definitely eat good. You know, the things that they think, are not the best, the tin mackerel, the ackee and saltfish, all them things. The food have a lot to do with it. The food has a lot to do with it. Everybody, if you guys could see what Travis just wrote, I'm like, I agree with his statement like 300%. Yes, 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 we eat that type of food here too, but this is the thing. The food that this similar or the same food that we get here doesn't have such high nutrients content or nutrition content as the ones in Jamaica. Ain't no fertilizer. It's not in a can. You're not gonna go to when you're in Jamaica. You don't gotta go to the store to pick up a can of ackee or to go pick up a can of kalaloo or anything like that. It's fresh stuff. The chicken tastes different. I always say that, but whenever it's sometimes it's really hard to be honest with people who don't really understand or are not knowledgeable about other countries and their food because they think that I'm just trying to say the Jamaican food is always better. No. 2007 World Championship was talent. In 2008 he went home and did his assignment and went to the weight room. Travis Travis, I could tell you this personally. Like, I know this for a fact. He was going to the weight room. He was going to the weight room. He was going to the weight room. But you see, the thing is, as an athlete, when you have when you're being beaten repeatedly or by other athletes, after a while you get tired of it, especially when you have that zeal, that drive to be great. So there's no shortcuts, there's no other way to get to the top but to put the work in. So he had no choice but to put the work in at that point, the extra work if necessary, right? And I think that's what he did. But he used to go to the weight room, because I've been to the gym and he's there. Because mind you, he's somebody that like I know and talk to. So it just seems like Americans and Jamaicans seem to divide ever since that. How do I explain this? She would try to build with the Jamaican woman like Degrassi did with Bolt. Very good. That is smart. That is smart. I don't think they're divided. I think it's just a matter of pride in a sense, because America has dominated track and field for quite some time, and the fact that this little island came and just sweep some of these sprint events from under their feet, it's gonna be bothering. It's gonna be bothering, regardless whether they want to admit it or not. You know, but at the end of the day, it's a sport, just like basketball, football, soccer, all them other sports. So, you know, that's what it is. Let me see the other comment that you say. I mean, at this point, I don't know if they're gonna be welcoming for. Well, I guess they still will be, because knowing them, it's 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 unlike them to be hostile to other athletes, unless those athletes are being rude, which she is. So oh no, maybe the ackee and saltfish, yellow yam, roast breadfruit, plum, mango, orange, all those good foods in Jamaica. You're right. All natural stuff, no fertilizer. Shoot, I wish I had some right now. These two silly people. Mr. Lawrence, little beef is good for them. Well, yeah. Competition. Yeah, it's good for the sport. Because look at it this way. We're here talking about how she's acting and who's better and who's not. The people who are really benefiting greatly from this whole saga or drama, if you want to call it that, are the media groups. Because tell you what, they get more subscriptions, NBC, and that's one of the reasons that may be one of the reasons why they interviewed her, because they know everybody's gonna be upset, because they should have interviewed the winners or whatever, but they're getting more airplay, they're getting more attention, they're getting more subscription, because everybody now wants to see this race. 4 or 5 people called me today about the Diamond League meet that never normally called me. So it's bringing a lot more attention to the sport, even though a lot of the attention starts out as being negative. It translates to being positive, because more eyes on the sport means more money for the sport, right? And that's gonna always be a good thing, and it works out better for the athletes in a sense, because the more eyes on the sports, more, that's technically more attention, the easier it will be for, or the better it will be for the athletes in terms of them getting paid, or them being ambassadors for certain shoe companies, right? So that will open up a lot more doors for upcoming athletes as well. So, despite we're looking at it like, okay, she's doing this, they're doing that, the owners of these other big companies they're celebrating, they're happy, because the the heat, the beef, the whatever you want to call it, the competition is good for the sport. Because in this time where the stadium is not going to be packed because of this whole COVID stuff, there's going to be more subscription. A lot of people are going to pay for subscription to watch these meets, to watch these races, instead of going to the Olympic. A lot of people cancel their whatever they had booked, their flight, their their tickets, whatever they had done, and just paid for a subscription to be able to watch the meet. So we're looking at it, from one perspective. There are many different ways to look at it. Let me see. They always get endorsements from signing deals. Like, I think Elaine got a Nike deal. Elaine been at a Nike deal. So I've been to Jamaica. The Burger King in America and the Burger King in Jamaica, totally different. The food in Jamaica at the Burger King is delicious. The Kentucky Fried Chicken in Jamaica is great. Atkinson, you're right about that. Hey, get me a KFC zinger. I'll eat one every day. It tastes like real chicken. Vegetables are fresh. I mean, what is there to complain about? I know it's hot 24/7, but that's where I was born, so I'm fine with it. And see, how do I put it? You get away with fast food there in a sense than fast food here, because the fast food there is more like home cooked meals here. So it's not, just straight fried chicken and burgers. You get the jerk chicken, you get the rice and peas, you get the curry chicken, the curry goat, you get all these these different foods. Oh, I don't think she that. I don't think she'd be there in 2 hours. So you stick to Ethiopian food and oxtail and seafood. You say, I'm not bitter, but y'all can't come for America like that. I mean, it is what it is. you can't be see, I was about to say you can't be on both sides of the fence, but what I will say is you have to be factual. And I am Jamaican, but there is quite a lot of athletes, American athletes, that I really, really and truly respect, right? And that's not gonna change because of this current situation. LaShawn Merritt, Tyson Gay, Justin Gatlin, Jeremy Warner, Michael Johnson. All these athletes, to me, are athletes that paved the way for the athletes that we're seeing right now. They, without them, it's like we wouldn't know that. We wouldn't know a lot of these times that athletes are running now would be even possible. We got a little insight, a little glimpse from them before we get to this. Respecting them is one, but as I said, you have to be factual. You have to know, okay, this athlete is not going to be a pushover. Yes, you want your country to be victorious, but at the end of the day, you have to be factual, because if it's not plausible, it's just not plausible. It's not going to happen. I've rooted for American athletes before. I root for other countries. It's just a matter of being factual. Because you can't know an athlete is running 11 seconds and there's another athlete running 10:5 and you're going to say the one that's running 11 seconds going to win. That's not factual. No. We don't have we don't we don't have Jamaica. You can't say Jamaica have great runners. That's not a factual statement. A factual statement would be Jamaica has dominated the sprints on both male and female for over 12 years. That's factual. Saying that Shelly Ann has the quickest start out of the whole lineup in the field, that is factual. Saying that Jamaica presently has the greatest female sprinters is factual. That's factual. Yeah, I mean, she have the right to, everybody have the right to their opinion. Nothing is wrong with their opinion. It's just, what I'm saying is, it's like you can't make a claim until you're there. Like what they were trying to do with Shakari. You can't make a claim unless you're there. The person who was there or has been there before is Shelly Ann and Elaine. I wasn't even making a claim for Sharika, because Sharika never ran the 100 meter before. This is her first time, but now she know what it's like to get there and get on the podium. So hey, next time I'll still give her the props over Shakari, because she has been there. She know what it's all about. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I go off of. And you gotta look at, how hungry these athletes are. how bad they want it, how bad they want to win. Are they willing to put in the work to get there? Hey, here we go. Here we go. We switching it. Basketball, volleyball, swimming. See, we don't venture into areas where it's not our field of expertise. You don't see Jamaica, you know, messing with basketball and swimming. Well, they do have swimmers, but not that much. They don't mess with basketball and volleyball and all that stuff. They stick to what they know, running, and they master their craft. Hey, you can't be the boss of everything. Can't be jack of all trades. You got to pick one or pick a few. Jamaica pick track and field. That's their turf, their terrain, their thing. But yeah, I think that's the reason why they're dominating the coaching, the food, their attitude. And one thing that I think I really I left out, and everything. Hold on. All right. One of the thing is, and I'm gonna use this example, and I think it's a very good example. Here in America, track and field is not it's not so prominent. It's known, it's a known sport, but it's not as big as basketball and football here. When you go into these schools, every athlete, well, most athletes or most little kids growing up, they wanna be a LeBron James, they wanna be a Steph Curry, they wanna be a Tom Brady. Those are the sports that are big in America. So you'll find that these little kids, they'll start real early, practicing, training really hard, being consistent, putting in the work to get to that level, right? They want to be LeBron James. They want to be Michael Jordan. They want to be Kobe Bryant. They want to be all these basketball stars. Everybody want to shoot like Curry. Everybody want to be a Tom Brady. Just saying. So the culture is one of the reasons why Jamaicans are dominating. That's one of the reasons why they're running so fast. Hold on. If it doesn't matter how many other sports there are, If a female run 11.2 as a high school, she's running track. I wouldn't. I don't know. It as again, there are a lot of factors that come into play. That's not the only thing. All right. So as I was saying, the culture, the American culture, is set up around basketball and football, right? Because America have all these big stars in basketball and football. However, in Jamaica, that's not the case. Every sprinter wanna be Usain Bolt, Johan Blake. I mean, they got the fastest sprinter to ever walk the face of the earth. Everybody wanna be like Bolt. Everybody wanna be like Shelly Ann. Everybody wanna be like Elaine. So that's the culture. So you're gonna find that all these kids growing up, they're doing the same thing American kids would be doing towards basketball and football. They're doing it towards track and field. They're honing their skills to be better athletes from a young age. When in primary school, back in Jamaica, they have something that they call sports day, where the only thing they focus on is track and field, like track and field, discus, whatever, hurdles. That's what they do. The culture is track and field is embedded in the Jamaican culture. And I don't think it's going anywhere anytime soon, because Jamaica has the biggest, and I repeat, the biggest junior athletic championship in the world, boys and girls champs. There is no other championship as big as that one, and that's just a high school championship. It's not even like a world junior championship or a world youth championship. This is just something local in Jamaica. So the culture alone in itself brings greatness, bring out greatness in athletes. When I was in high school, we sometimes practice twice a day. Twice a day. You have to be ready. You have to. That's just how it is. You say, everybody want to be dancehall artists in Jamaica. That's a part of the culture, but in all honesty, sports, especially track and field, has grown significantly over the years. And that has a lot to do with Usain. Like, kids that never used to think about track and field, or parents that wouldn't think about putting their kids in track and field, they're doing it now. It's not slightly different. It's a lot different. Trust me, it's a lot different. I see how it works here. And let me tell you this. This is something that this is something that I realized when I came here and I was in college, right? And I used to wonder to myself, like, how does this work? How do they expect athletes to really excel. Mind you, cross country season starts in August, right? Then you train all the way through cross country. If you don't do cross country, you have, we call it base training season here. Back home, we call it background season. In November, not in November, in December, not even before you even get to December, during Thanksgiving, here you get a break. You can't stay on campus. You have to go home. In Jamaica, there's no break. No break. You have to practice. Christmas time, the only day off you get in Jamaica as a track athlete is Christmas Day and Boxing Day, which is the day after Christmas. 2 days, right? Christmas Eve, you have to practice the morning of Christmas Eve, and then you go home. If you're at camp or if you're a professional athlete, you only get them 2 days off, Christmas and Boxing Day, and then the following day you got practice, and then you might have to practice on New Year's Day too. Here, especially in college, again, it has to do with the culture. So you can't, there's no way Sha'Carri is gonna go up against somebody who is training Christmas. Some athletes train Christmas Day, Boxing Day, every day. They're not taking no breaks because they want to get that medal. They want that money. They want that contract. They're not taking breaks. Sha'Carri is gonna be watching her 75-inch or 85-inch TV while another athlete in Jamaica is doing core workout while she doing that. Heights of great men, reach and kept, right? Meanwhile, companion slept. Yeah, that same one there. Just like that. Yeah, same way. So while she doing her thing, they have their breaks here. It's just hard work there. That's all they're thinking about. Work. So when that day comes for me to deliver, I can. Yes, that's what sports is all about. And you guys should definitely, understand, clearly what I'm saying, because even with Michael Jordan, I know I'm flip-flopping a little bit, but with Michael Jordan, he said that he took, like, when practicing, to be a better shooter, he would take like 500 shots like every day practicing. But you don't see track athletes doing the same thing here. It's track and field here is more so like, it's just something that we do. I'm gonna say in Jamaica, track and field is not even a sport. It's a religion. That's how I'm gonna put it. But if y'all don't care for it, y'all shouldn't be upset when y'all get y'all butt whipped. But seriously, in Jamaica, it's really, really like a religion. People live by it every day. They go to the weight room. They go to practice. They still do maybe do a third session core workout. They keep working. Keep working. Keep putting in that work. That's what they do. So That's pretty much that's what I think. Not going. Oh wow, we've been here for over an hour. Yeah, but we make the preparation our life. They don't worry about living life outside of that. They make track and field their enjoyment, their life, their everything. That's their focus. But anyways, I think I'm gonna wrap up this live stream because it's been over an hour, like an hour and a half, and your boy gotta go get some food. Gotta go eat. Y'all will always have the most medals, the most everything. Y'all, it's a bigger country, more variety. But tell you what, again, jack of all trades, but master of none. I don't know, maybe basketball and football. I don't know. Yeah. Jack of all trades, master of none. A lot of the NBA players come from overseas. Jack of all trade, master of none. I'm sure Jamaica is the master of track and field. The coaches and the athletes. Jack of all trades, master of none. You got to master one. Again, jack of all trades, master of none. Yes, the opportunities are here. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. I love it here. I'm not even gonna lie. I love it here. I love being here. But I'm gonna be factual when it's necessary. So guys, remember to hit that thumbs up button. Maybe you got two thumbs instead of one. You know what I'm saying? Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. Your boy gonna try to be consistent and be here every Thursday. You have anything that you want me to talk about, leave it in the comments below. Any research, anything that you want me to look up, I'll definitely do it. Just drop me a comment and I'll just do the research. No big deal. And I'll definitely be bringing some more content to the channel. So I have posted a lot of other videos when I just started the channel, but I think I'm going to be revisiting some of those topics because I think they're very important topics when it comes to track and field. So I'll definitely be dropping review videos of equipments, clothing. It all depends on what I come across or what is sent to me or whatever. So I'll definitely be trying my best to put out a lot more content along with the live streams and the races that I'll be posting in the future. So you guys definitely stay tuned. We working on some stuff, especially I kind of have and I'm not even gonna say a surprise because I'm gonna let y'all know right now. I'm working on something to where I could have guests on the live stream, so we could switch it up each week, have a different guest. So as soon as that is up and running, you guys will definitely know. So I'm just trying my best to be consistent so you guys could have these lovely discussions that we're having right now because it's fun over here at East Coast Athletics. A lot of knowledge to share. where you could also voice your opinions freely. Nobody's gonna be upset or anything. We just having a good time, sharing our opinions and sharing our thoughts. So glad to have you guys tonight, and I'll see you guys next week Thursday for another Track Talk Thursday. Peace. I'm out.